Still scoring like Mo Salah, but you won't see me on the wing. Oh, that's your girl I didn't know, brother. She was really trying to get it in. She was trying to give me blows, whoa, I didn't even say a thing. I don't force girls, I get girl force. Shorty blowing like the wind. Still winning, man, I can't lose. Had to hit him with a part two. Pretty girls, let me touch it. You got no touch, Lukaku. I finesse it, ain't hard to. I just R1 and then R2. I can run through if I want to. Like a through ball, I just pass through.
Alright guys, welcome back to the relegation battle. I think our last one was 2 weeks ago, so we'll just quickly cover over what happened. So start off with United winning a couple of games now. We won a Europa League game despite not getting shot on target from open play, but then a pretty convincing win over Norwich despite missing 2 penalties as well.
Yeah.
Are things starting to turn around, you think?
No, you can't. We won 2 away games we won against our Europa League. It was the first away game since March, so that's a positive.
Yeah.
But against a team like Partizan and Norwich, you can't get ahead of yourself. You just,
Yeah.
I think the Norwich game, I know they're crap, but it showed a lot how we missed Martial.
Yeah.
But I think as he's back, I think it will be a better showing in the next couple of weeks.
I believe reports said Pogba may be out until December. Is that a bit worrying for you guys, or do you think you can get through this period?
It is worrying because without him, our midfield is very, very weak. And he's probably our best player. So when it comes to teams that are better than Norwich, we might struggle with them.
Yeah.
But I think we struggled more without Martial because he can hold the ball up, get people into play. Other than Rashford and James, they're always going in behind. They can't really hold the ball up. So
Yeah.
Pogba's it's a hard loss, but Martial's back, so it's not too bad.
Then Spurs obviously lost against Liverpool and honestly draw against Watford.
Yep.
Kane is now your third highest goal scoring in your club record. What are you making of the last 2 weeks then? Any improvements or still a bit shaky?
So we played Watford and then we played against Red Star Belgrade.
Of course, yeah.
And then it's sort of like from the Red Star Belgrade, I know it is, like Jack said, like Partizan and Norwich, that's the same sort of thing. But the football was there, like we had a lot of movement, it was better. Liverpool, I actually thought we didn't play our game. But the game we did play, we didn't actually do too bad. It's just, I don't know. I didn't want us to play that sort of game, like sit back, because we can't. I don't know why people get in their heads like we can defend, because we can't. We're not that great at defending. If it weren't for Gazaniga, we would have conceded a lot. I was so worried about him, but he proved me wrong. He got more saves than De Gea did against Arsenal that 1 year.
No,
Oh, is it the same?
Yeah.
But still, even to match that, because that was mental, that game.
Yeah. I mean, he had a good game against us last year as well, didn't he, in the cup?
Yeah, he did. I still don't like him because I still think he's crap. But if I can't fault him. Like if he continues out, I don't want the Reece back in. But
I've seen a lot of people say that he might be. He's better than not better than him, but if he keeps going,
he's not better. Yeah, if he keeps going. Yeah, but you'd say that to anyone, wouldn't you? If you keep going, you're going to get it. But then, is he going to keep that up? I highly doubt it. But I hope he does. We just need to get, like, there were some good things in that Liverpool game, but then there's some bad things. Like, some of the players just has to go. Like, I could list so many that just, I don't want to see in a Tottenham shirt anymore. Like, at all.
I mean, what do you make of Roy Keane's comments about Aurier and Danny Rose calling Dummer and Dummer?
Yeah.
Completely agree with it? Or?
Get him out. Like, it's different for Danny Rose and Aurier in a situation because I like Danny Rose because he still puts in a lot of effort, right?
Yeah.
He loves Tottenham and he does work hard. The fact he's just not got it anymore. He just hasn't. Like, the only thing I like is his tackling, but then that's a bit reckless. Like, he's got no output. He used to be so good with output. He's got none. And then he makes so many stupid defensive passing mistakes that, like, when we played Arsenal, there was a couple of minutes till half time, and he gives the ball by doing a
Yeah.
stupid thing in our half, which led to your goal. I would like to see either Sessegnon get a chance at Everton or Ben Davies. I don't mind either one, because Ben Davies, I wasn't so keen on him, but he had a good match. He had a good international with Wales, and he done well when we went to the Champions League and he played that. See, this is the difference though. We got people that you would like to see on left back, but right back, there's only Cole Peter. But I would like to see Foyth there, because he plays there for Argentina, and then when he has played there for us last year, which was against Man City, he actually played well. He's not a typical fullback though, which a lot of people are just going to criticise, because you like to have a fullback that's fast, but he's good. He's a good ball player, to be fair. He's good with his feet, so I'd just give him a chance, because that guy's useless. He's got no brain. I don't want him on the team sheet.
Fair enough. I mean, do you think defense is where you prioritise in like the next few transfer windows rather than maybe attack on midfield?
Yeah, no, that right back. It's not just we sort of sorted out left back, but we got to remember that Sessegnon's like a project, isn't he? We got to sort of build it. So we got that covered. It's just it's not gonna, well, whether it does show or not, you don't know. But if it is gonna show, it won't probably show until another couple of years, because he's so young. The right back, that has to be we need to go out in January and get a right back. It has to be in January. We've got to get it.
Do you think Session will play a left back or left wing?
Yeah, he's. I guarantee you, he's got him for left back. He won't be able to get in on the left wing, because one, we don't. I mean, we do sort of play left wing. It's sort of like a free roll. It's like a rotation sort of left wing sort of striker. We sort of mix up a bit when we play, but that's normally Son or Lucas's role, and he's not going to get in over Son, is he? He's definitely got him for left back.
Yeah.
Obviously, both of you guys, your teams faced Liverpool over the last 2 weeks. Jack, the Liverpool game against United the result was both unexpected at the same time. We all know Old Trafford's a weird place to go still for the big teams. You managed to get a 1-1 draw. Were you a bit disappointed in the way you guys ended the game, almost settling for the draw when you, in the first half especially, you did seem to cause some trouble?
I was very pleased how we played. Obviously, how we played previously, I just wasn't looking forward to this game. I was like, it was a write-off game for me. But then when I saw we went out 5 in the back and started playing, Klopp didn't know what to do. Liverpool didn't know what to do. We outclassed them. So in that perspective, I'm happy with a point against Liverpool. But then as a game, I was happy with a point before the game, 100%. But as the first half got to the end, I was like, we can win this.
Yeah.
And it was just because we didn't have much on the bench. Everyone was getting tired. Like Daniel James was just running his socks off. And every time he was going back, he was out of it. We didn't make subs. We couldn't really make those. We had no one on the bench. So that's why they scored.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the team, Chelsea seem to be pretty up there at the moment, challenging Liverpool. City are still up there. But what do you think about Leicester? Obviously, equaled United's manual winning margin, biggest ever away win in the Premier League. Perez hat-trick, Vardy hat-trick, Maddison scored a fantastic free kick, and then Tielemans playing a role as well, and Ben Chilwell. I mean, is that the same thing? Are they title contenders, or is it just a little of a run?
I think, the club have done the right thing and recruited a really good manager. Like, he's so underrated. Like, he got really unlucky not to win the title with Liverpool. And I mean, Liverpool's team, it was their attack that was good, but their defence was never that good. But they nearly done it. They should have really done it, but they never. Even though their attack wasn't, what was it? Sturridge, Sterling, and Suarez.
Yeah, Coutinho as well.
Yeah, Coutinho. But then their defence, it weren't nothing special. Like, the Liverpool team now, compared to them, would absolutely destroy them. And that Liverpool team was a good team. He is a very good manager, and he got this will be like a stepping stone for his career. I reckon he's gonna like after this definitely because he ain't going to back. No offense to Scottish league, right? That is such a crap league, right? There's no way he's going back to a team like Celtic and managing. He's staying in the Prem or going to like big clubs to manage because he's just showing everyone he's such a good manager. And I think their recruitment over years, I know they ain't really a big club that's got a lot of money, but when every year they're getting like these players in every year. So like a Chilwell 1 year, they got a Maddison another year. They're getting them in and they're slowly producing them, and it's making them into a good team.
Jack, do you think they're title contenders? Or just maybe
not
top
yet.
4?
Nah.
Yeah, not yet. They need. I think Soyuncu, he's been very good. Had a decent start to the season, but I think that not yet. They need a bit more depth just to compete with.
Definitely.
Yeah. And I definitely think at the moment they're doing have a better chance of getting top 4 than most of our teams. But
yeah,
I mean, I think we play them in 2 or 3 weeks away from home as well, so I can't wait for that. But I mean, let's go to Arsenal now. Great win against Victoria in Europa League after Pepe scored 2 pretty good free kicks, but really sufficient in the position. Yeah. But then obviously the main thing with Arsenal was that Crystal Palace game.
Yep.
I mean, if you actually analyse the game, 2-0 up after 2 corners in pretty much 2 minutes. I don't care if it's Crystal Palace at home, Liverpool at home, City at home. You can't concede a 2-goal lead. Basically, you can't lose that at home. I mean, Tierney was good going forward in my opinion, but defending wise, he could have been a bit better. Probably should have helped stop that second goal. The first penalty decision. At first, I didn't think it was a dive, but maybe after a few times, it does look like a penalty. But that goal that got disallowed for us, I just can't understand why.
No, the ref.
I thought it was, but after looking at it again, it was Chambers the one that got fouled.
Yeah, I thought he got fouled.
He did get fouled. So it was. See, that's. I'm
not complaining.
Yeah, of course not. But I mean, the ref, in my opinion, was very poor that whole game. But you can't really blame that VAR decision on him because
not that he was bad during the game.
Yeah,
but
it's this VAR thing again. Yeah, but so I said 99 games into the league now, and still no one's going to check that little side screen for these actual decisions. Because there's a debate in the United game as well. I think your first penalty when James went down, I believe.
It wasn't a penalty.
There's a bit of debate about that.
It wasn't a penalty.
Yeah, but then so if the refs aren't making these big decisions, I know we're going a bit away from Arsenal trend now. If they're not making these big decisions, and these people who aren't even in the stadium are, does that sort of contradict the whole point of VAR?
Yeah,
it
does.
Yeah,
they're literally just the whole point of bringing VAR in was to, in a way, protect the refs more, but then get the fairer result. But all they're doing is just protecting the refs, meaning if they go with a decision, it's got to be so ridiculous for them to overturn it. Even if they're thinking ahead, or you know what, I think he might have got that, but then I can see why they've done it. They're gonna probably go, oh, I'll just let him have that one because I can see why he's done it. Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
So, like Jack said, it's just clear and obvious, not clear and obvious. Is that the problem?
What's clear and obvious though?
Yeah, exactly. I don't.
The only thing VAR is good for at the moment is offsides.
Yeah.
Because you're either offside or not. There's no debate.
And even that's a bit of a piss take, but they can't get it wrong, can they?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I think that's something that the rules need to change, like the offside and handball. That's not VAR, that's the rules. But this penalty, not penalties, things like that thing that needs to change. But obviously, going back to that match, I think the main talking point was obviously Granit Xhaka. before I get to my point as an Arsenal fan, what do you two make of it?
Of what?
Of just the way XHAKA reacted?
Oh,
and
we're
the
on about
fans.
XHAKA, sorry. Right. So, one, if I was an Arsenal supporter, or just say XHAKA was a Tottenham player, yeah, and it happened in the Tottenham game, right? I would be one of them fans saying you shouldn't boo because so Aurier, for example, right? I can't stand him, right? But I'm just not gonna waste my breath on him to even boo because he just knows, and plus it creates such a negative atmosphere. I get why they're doing it though. They're frustrated. I also get why he reacts though.
Yeah.
But he can't do that. People say you can't do that as a captain. You can't do that as a player at all. Not just a captain. You can't do it as a player at all. So he is in. When have you ever seen that?
I mean, in my opinion, I think he had every right to do it. Not like perhaps swear directly at the fan or whatever he did, because I was watching the Sky Sports thing on Snapchat afterwards, and it almost looked like he was swearing at the cameraman for like pointing the camera at him. But I don't know whether he's looking at the fans and the cameras in his way.
I think it's fans.
Yeah, but here's the thing that like, say the thing like with Aurier, like, oh yeah, he's not a good performance or anything. But XHAKA he wasn't the worst on the pitch by far.
Yeah, he weren't.
He even got an assist in the game.
Yeah.
He hasn't put a bad performance in a while, like the way we used to see XHAKA almost in that deep playing position. He's not really getting any help in this position either, because Guendouzi's not a defensive player. Torreira is, and he's just chilling on the bench.
Yeah.
Then, like, the fans are saying they were booing him because he was like strolling off or whatever, but literally as soon as his number went up on that board, there were like sarcastic cheers.
Yeah.
And that's the reason he walked off slowly. That's the reason he's frustrated. So like these fans saying, "Oh, we're booing because he walked off slowly," it's because it's your fault. And then if you look at XHAKA as well, like specifically, the amount of abuse he's got for no reason over the last couple, like maybe 1.5 seasons. He's got death threats, like abuse over social media, him and his wife. Like, I know you
same as Mustafi, they make
as
us
a football player.
Everything
Exactly,
that goes
but I know I've seen since Mustafi and Özil have been in the squad, everything's been put onto XHAKA because the fans they can't blame them anymore.
Because you always
Aubameyang.
Go on, sorry.
But Aubameyang was poor in that game. Lacazette was poor in that game. Pepe was average at best. Ceballos was playing a few good balls, but other than that, wasn't really creating much. The only good player in that game was Guendouzi for us, because he was the one getting forward like he has in the last couple of games. But no one chose to talk about the attack because they were appalling. We created like 2 other chances apart from the goals, which are scrappy goals at the best as well. Poor defending from Palace. So he is just a scapegoat in my opinion, and I agree. I didn't want to be an Arsenal fan on that night, to be honest. It was just appalling seeing that.
I agree.
But I'm looking at the Arsenal lineup that's got announced now. Mustafi's playing and Özil's finally playing as well. So that should be interesting.
What's Liverpool's lineup?
No idea, but Arsenal's is Martinez, Bellerin, Holding, Mustafi, Kolasinac, Torreira, Willock, Maitland-Niles, Özil, Saka, and Martinelli.
Jesus Christ, you're going to get smashed.
No XHAKA on the bench, and no Aubameyang either. Aubameyang also faced some abuse, I think, while he was in his car.
Yeah, I saw that today.
So it's not acceptable, in my opinion. These fans,
he's your best player. You're so-called fans player. Everyone loves you, and they're doing that. Like, God, you just get them sort of fans in every club, I guess. But
yeah, but at the same time, it's just not right, in my opinion. Like, the XHAKA thing, in my opinion, it was the fans' fault. They should never. Could you ever imagine a Liverpool, the whole stadium is booing Henderson off? After you couldn't, or any other team. You don't do that, in my opinion, as a fan.
No, you don't.
You'd have to sarcastically cheer them. But Liverpool's lineup, I mean, it's probably better than ours. Got that Kelleher in goal, Williams, Gomez, Vandenberg, Milner. I think Milner playing left back. Then midfield 3 is Lallana, Keita, and Diox. And front 3 is Elliott. I'm not too sure who he is. Then Origi and Brewster.
Harvey Elliott.
Oh yeah, probably Harvey Elliott. Then
we could win that.
Neil
You could win that.
Foster. Yeah,
Their best player is Chamberlain.
yeah,
Nah.
it's true. No, literally, like, no foul, five back, none.
Milner. Milner's better than Chamberlain.
I mean, not attacking.
Oh.
Milner's playing left
Origi.
back.
Origi.
Oh, Origi's playing.
Yeah, Origi's
Origi?
playing up front.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said. I thought Brewster was playing up front. It was someone else
I
you
think
said.
Bruce is probably on the wing.
Brewster's playing. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Bruv, you're gonna win.
Oh, I don't know.
You should.
Yeah, we should really win against this team. It's a lot weaker than I expected.
Have they got Van Dijk playing?
No, there's no one on the
He's
bench.
gonna get slated. Liverpool fans hate it when they go. He does it. Always goes so weak in cup games. I don't know
Then they
why.
Yeah. But, I mean, they've got the best pro club player in the world, mate, Vandenberg. But, but yeah, I mean, to be honest, if we win tonight, it would obviously be good to be a team like Liverpool away from home, but I do think it'll just be paper over cracks at this point.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Emery, I wouldn't sack him right now. I'd let him go at the end of the season because if you look at it, if he doesn't get top four, it's not good enough. He needs to leave. If he does get it, can you really get any more than that at this club? Can you achieve any more? In my opinion, he can't. So it'll just be the right time for him to leave at the end. Just see how it goes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. So obviously we missed like the Champions League week as well. Trying to remember, I believe PSG had an emphatic win with Mbappe coming on and scoring a hat-trick. Real Madrid finally got some good performance in.
In shoot, yeah.
Yeah. Spurs obviously quite comfortably rolled through Red Star Belgrade after that Bayern defeat. So I believe Juventus, I want to say Dybala scored 2 late goals to get them all 3 points. So let me just check. Yeah, Barcelona beat Slavia Prague 2-1. Napoli beat Red Bull Salzburg 3-2. Oh, Milan beat Dortmund 2-0. That was the other one. Then and of course Chelsea beating Ajax, which is in my opinion probably a big surprise because I did not expect to see that.
Yeah.
So what do you guys make of it? English teams especially. Do you think it's looking good for them?
Well, I think I know we're not playing great. Well, I think we'll sort ourselves out in the next couple of weeks. But I think Champions League we're fine.
They will qualify.
Yeah.
I mean, does it make it any clearer about who's going to win? Like City winning 5-1 with 10 men and pretty much no like recognized centre back, I believe. I mean, do you think this whole City thing with like no recognized centre back is going to cause a bit of problems to cause season? What's going on here?
Ordered 2.
Oh. Alright. Well, we'll carry on. So, this City thing, do you think playing Fernandinho centre back can last him the whole season?
Pardon?
Do you think Fernandinho can last the season at centre back?
Nah. I think they're just biding their time to wait till January till Laporte comes back.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I feel like Stones had like an injury problem or something on the weekend after he played, but he still do look strong, obviously, with that firepower up front.
Yeah.
Do you think that will take them through, like, still be title challenges when the defence comes back around?
Yeah, they just need to stick with Liverpool. They can't go too far. They can't keep losing or drawing games, or they can't afford to but the loss against Norwich. That can't happen again. Liverpool just looking really strong, so they just need to keep pace with Liverpool. Liverpool win, they win. Just keep winning until by that time, until their players come back, then go full throttle. And it'll be into the season.
Yeah. Now, one last thing on the Arsenal before I forget. Do you guys think XHAKA should play for the club again or not?
No.
Jack?
Oh no! Well. Oh, sorry. Yes, but he can't be captain. I don't think he should have been captain in the first place. Anyway, I can't believe your manager is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I did not know that he made the players vote who they
vote,
wanted.
yeah.
That's ridiculous. That is so bad.
I think like the nominees were like there were 5 like potential captains were XHAKA, Aubameyang, Bellerin,
Socrates.
Lacazette, and Holding. I want to say, but I'm
Oh
not
my
too sure.
god.
So yeah, he literally just made them vote. So that was a bit embarrassing.
I think that's bad, but
Yeah. And then obviously tonight we also got Chelsea versus Man United. Jack, how do you see that going for your team?
Depends what team, because I don't think we'll go too weak because it's Chelsea, but I think we don't have that much good depth. But if he makes changes, then we could struggle. It's depending how many changes he makes, because I think Chelsea are going to go strong. It's just about how many changes we make. And if we don't make, if we only make a few, then I can see it being a close game. But if we make too many, then they're going to walk all over us.
I mean, how many changes can you afford to make anyway? Because right now, with the injury problems you guys have,
maybe I'm just saying like a few youngsters will play or might play, but you don't want like 3-4 of them playing. Maybe 1 or 2, and more experienced players. But if we make too many, then we'll just get walked over.
And obviously Spurs don't have a game in the cup after they got knocked out by Colchester, I want to say, on pens. Can't remember who your next game is in the Prem.
Tottenham?
Yeah.
Everton.
They
played last night.
Yeah, probably the most inconsistent team in the league by far. You really don't know which team's going to turn up. Obviously, after all this, like almost, what's the word? A lot of criticism in the club, the players have been got. Even Dele Alli got a bit from Roy Keane. How do you think it's going to go? Are you confident you can get a result against Everton, or are you a bit worried, even though it is Everton?
Well, I'm normally in previous years I'm normally confident in our team, but when we come up against Everton, I'm always like, well, it depends what Everton team turn up. Everton can turn up and then they give you a hard game, or they can just, because they've been known to be inconsistent, but they're on a good run at the moment. It depends. Honestly, it literally depends on the lineup, like he selects. Honestly, I want to see a few changes. I need players out of there. I'd get rid of Ericsson. I'd get him out. Get Lamella in or someone, or Lo Celso. Just give Lo Celso a shot. I know he might not be fit, but I'd get him in.
I think Lo Celso and then Lucas and Ndombele recently all been like benched a bit. Do you reckon there's something behind that, or is it just almost a tactical reason?
Stuffing
for
deep.
What?
Like Ndombele I think he's been benched in the last couple of games. Lo Celso, Lucas. Is that tactical or?
Mate, I think that was tactical. I just think he was, because it was Liverpool, he didn't, he's still adapting to the league. I'd still play him, but I think that one was tactical. I think he'll play against Everton, 100%.
All right. We'll wrap up this week. I believe, I want to say Tom is still top of Fantasy League by about 10 points.
No, I think I am now.
Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure it's one of you two, and then I'm third. I think there's like a 20-point gap between us, but I think everyone's had a poor last 3 weeks. Yeah. It's been a bit difficult. Gonna try get a FIFA video out this week. Gonna see what we can do, because obviously the poll was 100% yeah. So we'll see about that, and then maybe football challenges in real life in a couple of months' time when we're back. But yeah, until next time, I guess the FIFA Cup next round draw will be happened. 3 Premier League games maybe. Obviously Champions League next week is back as well. So yeah, that's it for this week. Have a nice.
I think it's time to talk. I think it's time we sit down and just say what's going on. I think we should